and it looked fabulous. So I felt kind of like a hero. Here it is. I find this to be so cool. Happy New Year. Guys, it's 2026. Let's make this year about execution, planning, getting things together, okay? Let's make this year. I just had a whole conversation with myself like 2 minutes ago. Let's make this year about movement. Hi, welcome to Kiersten Arts. My name is Kiersten and I'm the artist of this page. I actually haven't been in the studio in probably about 2 weeks because I've been traveling. So that means usually there's a couple creepy crawlies in here. I haven't come across any lizards yet, but I am almost sure that there's gonna be at least one that pops out from somewhere. I already shoveled a dead frog out of here. You didn't probably need to know that. We do live in Florida and that's just what you get. Okay, so today I have something a little bit different, I guess, planned. I don't know if this is a real plan, but I just want to try something out. I have a big pack of oil pastels here. I got these off of the TikTok shop. They are listed, I think, on my TikTok shop page. They're Meet and Art soft oil pastels. It's a 48 pack. This isn't even like a partner. I don't know. I genuinely like these oil pastels and I'm not a big oil pastel person, but these are super nice feeling. If I'm doing something based off of what I want to do, like show a brand that I really do like, that means it's actually really good. This is what the oil pastels look like. They're really like smooth. Like you can literally just like draw on your own hand and it just comes right off. They blend really well. So today I want to do some sketches on some craft paper. I think this year really, like I was saying before, it needs to be about planning and execution, but it also needs to be about jumping out of the comfort zone a little bit, because sometimes if you get too comfortable in your comfort zone, you make no progress, you have no growth. I think I'm prone to staying in my comfort zone and then getting discouraged, not discouraged, but like bored. I get bored and then I don't grow. And then I'm like, I don't like painting anymore. It's boring. But it's like, you're bored because you already mastered this certain skill and you keep doing it and you're not trying anything else. Fun to me comes from a little bit of challenge. That's fun for me. Painting is fun for me. Okay. This is my fun. Anyway, where's the craft paper? I actually used this craft paper when I was packaging my prints. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna put it up on the wall and hope for the best. I have these rubber bands that are like keeping this together, so let me just keep those. I kind of want like a big, oh man, this outlet's kind of in the way. Okay, I'm gonna unplug this. This is a light, but I'll put it in a different outlet. Where's the craft paper? Oh, it's right here. I really wanna move that, because why is this right here? I'm using a palette scraper to slice this paper. It should slice right through. I ripped it. This is just kind of like a fun little experimental project anyway. It's not like supposed to be like this super masterpiece. I just want to see how I do with other mediums, just to kind of like expand my horizon a little bit. I feel like this is gonna be fun. This is approximately 34 inches by 30 inches long, so 34 by 30. What kind of ratio is that? Oh wow, look at this brush that I never washed and I put in a plastic bag thinking that I was gonna preserve it, and now it's like destroyed. I thought I was gonna come back to it before my trip and I never did. Yet another brush. Today I think I'm gonna be standing and doing art. No sitting down. Let's stand. As I was saying earlier, I took a trip recently to Georgia, drove there because I have family that lives up there. Ended up doing kind of like a lot of activities that we don't really have available here in Florida. We went to kind of like a touristy area where there were a lot of people, a lot going on. It was at night, it was cold, it was a huge vibe. It was like really nice. It was Helen, Georgia. It was in the mountains. So there were all these like shops, nice lighting, lots of people, interesting looking shops and restaurants and things like that. I had my camera with me, so I was snapping a whole bunch of photos. And like I said, that was how I got a lot of my photo references in the past, just snapping photos at a tourist-like area where there's a lot of people and you can get a lot of photo references in like one photo. Like you can get a lot of people in one photo that can make up a photo reference. So I was doing that kind of with the intention of looking for a photo reference. This is a picture of my sisters I think I'm going to use to kind of like make a creative, artsy looking portrait kind of thing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like super realistic. It's just, you know, artsy vibes. I don't know, I need to up my art vocabulary because I can't describe these things. Like, this is not good. Like, if I'm going to be showing art in galleries or visiting galleries or talking to other people about art and my art, like, I can't be saying it's a vibe, you know? I'm gonna do a sketch with pencil first, see where that gets me, and then I'm going to go over it with the oil pastel. I'm actually really excited. Sketching after arm day at the gym is like my arms are like shaking. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Actually, do whatever you want. Got a sketch on here. Didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was gonna turn out, but that's some kind of negativity I don't wanna be on today, so I'm glad it turned out well. I don't wanna get too into the sketch because then my brain's gonna be tricked into thinking that this is something serious. So let me just like stop on the sketch. Now I kinda just wanna go in with colors. I don't even have like a color scheme, but maybe I should pick. I don't even wanna use browns. I don't wanna use browns. I don't wanna use too many blacks. This is a purplish kind of color, so this might be like my dark shade. I'll do a yellow ochre. I'm pretty sure there's like a yellow ochre color. Maybe like a nice bright orange and a bright pink, and then maybe this like greenish blue. These are the colors that I'm working with today.
Here's recording.
I am.
Sorry.
It's not a bad thing. I just my sisters that I'm drawing are here. This is just a fun, different medium for me. Like, I'm enjoying it. I forget with like oil pastel, it's not like oil paint, so you can't really do the dark colors first because it'll make the entire thing muddy. So you have to kind of just do the light colors and like work with those for a while. And then once you're like ready to add the final touches, that's when you can add like the dark colors and everything. And then also, I forget, it could smudge. Like, you can smudge all these colors in and make like this nice gradient, vibrant situation going on. I used to hate pastels until I did this project in one of my college courses where we were forced to use a medium that we're not familiar with. So I chose oil pastels because I was like, okay, at least it's like close to oil paint. And I ended up actually really liking it. If you didn't know, you can smudge oil pastels using like baby oil or something. Like, you can smudge it and it really does blend really, really well. Like, it acts as a medium. I'm sure there's other mediums you can use too to like blend it, but that's kind of just the safest medium that I used while I was in class. I've been watching on YouTube a lot of street photography videos. I find those to be so cool. Like, I can watch those all day. Usually it's taking place in New York, like these street photography videos. I think one of the main YouTubers I've been watching is Pauly B. I think that's his channel name. And he's like interviewing other street photographers, whether that be in New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and he's interviewing these other street photographers, and each of them is giving their story while they walk on the street and take photos. Like, it's super cool. Like, it's exactly the kind of content that I like to watch. The way that these people just like walk up to somebody and just snap a photo is so cool to me. Like, you have to have the audacity to do that. Like, there were some female photographers, but they were definitely more like, hi, can I take your picture? And, you know, whatever. But the guys were just like, they turn around, just snap your picture like right in front of your face, and the person will be like, what? They get a really cool picture out of it. I always like grapple with this whole thing of like taking photos of people in public and like using them as art. I don't know, I find that to be so cool. If I lived in an area that I can just like do that, that would be awesome. But if I pulled out my camera here in Florida, people are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. That's just super cool to me. I'm gonna keep going because this is actually fun, and I feel like it's looking okay. Like, it's not looking bad at all. It's been days. I'm finally back at my studio shed. Today's kind of just like a chill day. I don't have any paintings to finish. I don't have any deadlines to make. So we're just gonna chill in the shed. I do wanna get back to working on that oil pastel painting slash drawing thing. I loved getting my hands dirty. I have my painting sweatshirt on today, so we can get a little bit messy today. Let's get in the studio because it's kind of cold out here. It's crazy because I'm from New Jersey, and as soon as, like, when you move down to like the South and it's like not as cold all the time, your bones and your body just gets used to it. So now that, like, when I feel cold weather, I'm just like, this is not it. Like, this is uncomfortable. I don't understand how people live like this. And it's like 57 degrees. It's not even that cold. However, I do feel that Florida's 50 degrees is not like New Jersey's 50 degrees. Okay, in New Jersey, 50 degrees is like, oh, it's a little cold. Put a coat on, you know, jacket, whatever. But it's a nice day. Florida, because of the humidity and like the moisture in the air, I feel like it feels colder, you know? And so like that, the cold mixed with the cold, like the water particles in the air, I feel like it just creates like this ultimate cold. Anyway, you can ignore all that if you want. If you skip through that, I really don't blame you. Welcome back to the studio. Let's see what I left off on. And oh wait, I wanted to mention this right here. I have never built my own canvas before. I went to Hobby Lobby, and usually they have some canvas rolls sitting around, and they are around like $100. But I went there today and I found this $37 canvas roll. I don't know if it's on sale, but it is a canvas roll. I think one side of it is gessoed already. This is exciting for me. I feel like building your own canvases is always like a step in like the right direction. You're elevating as an artist, you know, if you're building your own canvases. So before someone comes and talks about, oh, that's not a good quality canvas, I don't care, okay? At this moment, I really don't care. I am kind of frugal when it comes to art supplies until like it's absolutely necessary. And the fact that I've never done this really before, this is a good time to just like get a cheaper kind of like canvas and like just experiment. 6 yards, which I looked up is like 124.8 feet, something like that. It's also 63 inches in height. Basically tall, it's taller than me because I am 62 inches. Oh my gosh, I really am 62. I really am 5'2". Because I try to like convince myself that I'm 5'3", but no, like, because 5'3" would be 63 inches and this is 5'3". So oh my gosh, no, it is taller than me. I'm still 5'3". I'm 5'3", okay? No, I am 5'2". Oh my gosh. I can say I'm 5'3". This is the current state of the art studio right now. Something else that I really want to do soon is kind of start framing my own canvases. Like if you're asking someone else to frame your canvas for you, outsourcing that work, you're gonna like have to spend some money. I saw someone make their own frame by literally taking 4 pieces of wood, cutting off the end so that it's at a 45-degree angle so that it can like sit flush to each other, painting it actually before they put it on, putting wood glue on the side of the canvas, and then putting a couple nails in it, and it looked fabulous. Like it looked great. Maybe it wasn't like extremely professional, but it looked great to me. Like a frame elevates a painting the way it looks. I will be doing that soon. I've been actually putting that off for such a long time. I bought all these little pieces of wood that I was going to use as the frame, never did it because I realized I'm not great at using power tools. So I bought a handsaw, but then I started sawing the wood and then I was like, this is a lot of work. I kind of gave up halfway. Anyway, I gotta get back to it and actually follow through and finish it. These were the colors that I was using. I forget how like fast oil pastels get used up. The goal of this painting was to work on color, work on looseness. One of my issues sometimes is that like I feel like everything has to be perfect and then like I don't allow myself to have fun with it. I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna pull my reference out and get back on it. Is it okay to admit that I have no idea what I'm doing? Look at this. Look at my hands. This is a fun little disaster. Oh, I wanted to show you the painting oil pastel sketch drawing project that I did when I was in college, because that is kind of what introduced me to oil pastel. I think I said it earlier in the video. My teacher kind of forced us to, not physically, forced us to use a medium that we're like not used to, we never used before, and I chose oil pastel, kind of playing it safe. I figured oil pastel would be somewhat similar to oil paint. This project actually won me best in show at the exhibition hosted by the school. I actually didn't even know that that was a option as a position to place. Everyone kind of had to do the same size. It also had to be a self-portrait. Wow, it's ripping. I didn't even realize that. This is the project. It is literally so big, it's bigger than me. We had about 3 or 4 weeks to work on this. Hold on, let me see if I can put it up. The whole face is starting to crack, the features on my face. I feel like this is kind of like an ancient painting or something from the 1800s. It's so hard to store because it's paper. So all this is oil pastel. I think the best part about this entire drawing is the texture that I added in the background. And with oil pastel, you can do that. I put a thick layer of oil pastel on the back, and then I used a scraping tool and I scraped this pattern. And I honestly think that added to it so much. That was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, actually. The prize for this win was for best in show was a whole bunch of art supplies, which a lot of them I still have to this day that I haven't used yet, and this happened probably 2 years ago now. And then a scholarship-ish, not a scholarship, but well, I guess it's scholarship funds to put towards your college tuition. However, I was done with college at that point. I was done with that college, okay, at that point. So I was going technically to UCF, but I was going to an affiliated college to help me get some other credits that I need towards college, because UCF, all the classes were filled up, of course, so they let me take a college course at a different college that was affiliated with UCF, which is also the college I graduated and got my associate's degree from. So I got back with my old teacher, and it was great, but I wasn't necessarily a student at that school. I was a student at UCF going there to get credits. You know what I mean? It was a weird concept, but they were like, are you gonna take the scholarship or are you gonna pass it? I was like, I'll pass it, because it could only really be used at that school, and I was done with that school, and I only had a few classes left of my college, so I passed it on to the person that got first place, which she looked like she really appreciated it. So I felt kind of like a hero that day. I was supposed to come here the day after I was recording the first bit of this YouTube video, because I knew I wanted to get it out by Sunday. It's now Tuesday and it's still being recorded. I think that was Thursday that I was here last, or Wednesday, one of those. I think actually it was Tuesday. Schedule got the best of me. I was like, I'm not going in. I'll go on the weekend. And then the weekend comes, I get sick. I had a cold this weekend to the point where I could barely lift my arms. And it was also really cold outside. My bones were hurting. My skin was hurting. It was that kind of sick. And so I was just I am not gonna force myself into the studio. If I do that, it's not gonna be a good video, and I really want it to be a good video. And so I'm here now, but it's days later and the video's late. Okay, so I was having a lot of fun with this, not this one, the one behind it. I really want to continue working with oil pastel, so I'll probably incorporate more oil pastel in my canvas work. I high-key want to open this and see what this is all about. Let's I guess that'll be the next thing that we do. Yeah, maybe it's the Alani. I don't know why I feel I don't know what's going on with me today. So I wanted to stop drinking Celsius, so I started drinking Alani. I'm not a huge fan of the flavor, but I definitely feel it feels different than a Celsius. I actually wanted to see, because I know I have just a canvas frame in my shed somewhere. I want to see what happens when I try to wrap it and see if I can actually do it. And if I can do it, that'll be a big eye opener for me. It's a beautiful day today, but it's cold. If it was 6 degrees warmer, it would be perfect. Let's go back in here. I thought I was going to take a longer break, but haven't I had enough of those? Let me find this canvas frame. So hopefully I don't run into any lizards. I don't think it's... Is that? Nope, that's not it. Hey, that's a mess. Excuse me. There, I don't believe it's over. I have a lot of canvases here. Ah, here it is. I think I just pulled a canvas off of the frame. That might have been 4 years ago that I did that. And here I am today needing. That's why you keep things, and that's why I kind of hoard things. One thing I do not have that I just thought of is one of those canvas tightener things that you put on the side just to tighten the canvas. I don't have one of those. Here is my staple gun. I just bought this. Oh, that almost stabbed me in the hand. And I'm pretty sure the inside of it is gessoed, like the inner part. My hands are covered in oil pastel still, which is not great. There's little pieces of tape. Anyway, I'm probably gonna gesso it myself, even though it already is, it comes gessoed. Before anyone judges me, just know this is the first canvas I ever built. So please don't come in my comment section talking about, oh, you're not a professional. Because that's what people like to do in YouTube shorts. Every time I gotta do something probably like non-traditional, they're like, you're not a professional, you should not be an artist, you're never gonna be successful doing something like that. And I'm gonna lay this down the opposite way now and kind of just like start trying to wrap it around the frame of the canvas. Wait, doesn't this thing work? Oh, I'm about to say, like I just bought this thing. There's no way it's broken. Tighten it and, ooh. Ooh, these are not going in this wood very well. Whoa, these are not going in. Wait, what is this part then? I'm pulling this side kind of tightly. Y'all are probably like, what is she doing? Okay, now it went in. I actually have a canvas that or a painting that I'm thinking about trying to re-stretch because it's a painting that I really love and it's one of my newer ones. So it's kind of unfortunate that the frame warped on it. And I do plan on like using it in shows or like showing it in shows, selling it possibly. And it doesn't feel right to sell a painting on a warped frame. I really feel like the only option would be for me to figure out a way to re-stretch that canvas. I can see why one would need the tightener, but I just did that myself and it's so loose, but it's done. So this is what it looks like. First canvas ever stretched. This is the back, this is the front. It's pretty loose. I give myself a 4 out of 10. That's interesting. Yeah, we gotta work on that. So I guess that's kind of it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. My name is Kiersten. I am the artist of this channel. If you want to follow me on my other socials for my artwork, they're all at Kiersten Arts on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. In 2026, I really want to revisit my podcast because my podcast is sitting somewhere collecting dust right now. And I don't want that to happen because I really like the concept of my podcast. My podcast is called Introverts Talk To. Started it back in like, I think 2022-ish. And I was kind of just like talking about my experience in college basically and being more introverted, dealing with social anxiety. And then I kind of like stopped podcasting when I started to be relieved of social anxiety with my whole faith journey. It was kind of hard to like figure out where to pick up where I left off because I couldn't really pick up where I left off because I was in a different place. A lot of people like did send me DMs saying like they really did enjoy the podcast and it kind of helped them through their college experience. I love the concept and I want to continue it and I love talking, obviously. I would love to get back into that, and if you have any ideas of like things that you would like to hear me talk about, let me know. Like comment it so I can like archive it and then we can like I can have a conversation about it. I can collect these ideas and kind of just talk about it. Anyways, thank you again for watching this video and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.